Brad Pitt's 17-year-old daughter validates the gossip. From walking red carpets to navigating the complexities of a famous family, Shiloh Jolie Pitt's life has been a public spectacle since she was a little child. She now faces a new obstacle at the age of 17, being cut out of Brad Pitt's $300 million inheritance. Many people are intrigued by this startling choice and are curious about what it will mean for Shiloh's future. There are many unanswered questions, such as why this decision was made and whether there is more to the story than first appears. Let's examine the rumors pertaining to Brad Pitt's daughter and learn the real story behind this unexpected disclosure. In this video, we examine the shocking global rumors that Brad Pitt's daughter confirmed. Background in early years of Shiloh Jolie Pitt. Shiloh Jolie Pitt was born on May 27, 2006, in the beautiful town of Swakopmund, Namibia, and came into the world in the midst of a media frenzy. Shiloh's debut was a worldwide spectacle, as she was the first biological child of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, the power couple. The pair, known as Angelina, were the most glamorous in Hollywood. Since they created romance on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2004, they have captured the attention of the public. The couple had already welcomed two adopted children into their family, Sahara from Ethiopia and Maddox from Cambodia, by the time Shiloh was born. In addition to paying homage to Namibia's stunning scenery, the decision to have Shiloh born there was a calculated attempt to avoid the oppressive spotlight of American photographers. Given her lifelong love of Africa and her vast humanitarian efforts throughout the continent, Namibia was the ideal haven for Angelina. Local authorities were ecstatic and gave Shiloh the opportunity to apply for Namibian citizenship if her parents so wished. Shiloh was an obvious star even at the age of 2 months. In New York City, she was the first baby to be immortalized in wax at the renowned Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, where her cradle was tenderly topped by a life-size sculpture of her parents. Shiloh was born into a bizarre world, which was documented in this moment. Shiloh grew up in an era of great affluence and cultural diversity. Raised by parents who were both ardent humanitarians and members of Hollywood aristocracy, Shiloh was exposed to a wide range of experiences and cultures. In 2008, Shiloh Jolie Pitt experienced Hollywood for the first time. When she starred as a baby in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, the critically acclaimed movie directed by her father, Brad Pitt. This was a fleeting but unforgettable moment that piqued the interest of the audience and raised questions about her prospects in the entertainment industry. However, when Shiloh grew older, it became evident that she had her own views on life and had no desire to follow in her parents' footsteps in Hollywood. Shiloh reportedly laughed up the offer to play young Aurora in her mother's film Maleficent, suggesting that she would much rather be a horned beast. The part was finally filled by her younger sister Vivian, while Shiloh later delivered a humorous voiceover as Shui in Kung Fu Panda 3, 2016. Fashion icon in the last few years, Shiloh has become a fashion icon, taking center stage with her own distinct style. In 2021, Shiloh made a dazzling appearance at the London premiere of Eternals, emulating her mother's legendary style. Shiloh demonstrated her increasing self-assurance and uniqueness to the world by donning a stylish black and white Dior dress that mirrored Angelina's own sophisticated sense of style. Angelina has always urged her children to be authentic and experiment with their personal style, highlighting the fact that their individuality is considerably more significant than social conventions. Shiloh has established herself as a regular by Angelina's side at a number of high-profile occasions, including important charity trips and film premieres like Unbroken and Maleficent. In 2018, she showed empathy and compassion by accompanying her parents on a moving UNHCR visit to a refugee camp in Jordan. Shiloh was actively involved, interacting with refugees and learning about their circumstances. This was more than simply a photo opportunity. She has visited places like Ethiopia and Cambodia with her family, and Angelina frequently shares heartwarming tales of how these journeys have had a profound effect on them. Shiloh has clearly acquired the enormous heart and passion to change the world from her parents. Stay tuned for additional updates on the ongoing Brad Pitt and Shiloh Jolie Pitt story. Dancing is the key to Shiloh Jolie Pitt's success as she forges her own path into the spotlight. Her love of hip-hop has thrust her into the public eye, and her captivating routines have drawn attention. Viral videos showing Shiloh performing energetic dancing routines to songs like Ed Sheeran's Shivers and Lizzo's About Damn Time are all over social media. Brad Pitt, her father, has acknowledged his own dance inadequacies but still takes pleasure in his daughter's spectacular performances. With more than 10,500 subscribers, the unauthorized Shiloh Jolie Pitt Dance YouTube channel honors her explosive routines captured on camera at the renowned Millennium Dance Complex in Los Angeles. Shiloh confidently takes over the stage, switching between Christina Aguilera's signature dances, Dua Lipa's catchy pop sounds, and Rihanna's seductive grooves with ease. She doesn't simply follow trends, though. She gives each performance her own unique flavor. Her distinct style was displayed through subtle artistic touches that suggested a greater artistic potential. The teachers at Millennium Dance Complex, who have trained a number of dance celebrities, are probably assisting Shiloh in honing her technique and realizing her full potential, which will accelerate her career advancement. The well-known romance between Brad and Angelina Jolie from Flames to Dust. Nelly Furtado delivered the lyrics "Flames to Dust, Lovers to Friends" in the well-known hit song All Good Things. Why does everything nice have to end? The song's words resonated with Pitt and Jolie, and the positive thing undoubtedly ended. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie became one of Hollywood's most attractive couples after their first encounter on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2004. They were referred to as Brangelina and appeared to have it all: talent, charisma, and a growing family. When Pitt's divorce was finalized, their romance, which had started in the midst of turmoil when he was still married to Jennifer Aniston, became public knowledge. 3 of the 6 children in their mixed family were adopted from abroad. Brad and Angelina's romance appeared to be a fantasy for a while. Together, they performed in movies, toured the world, and started the Jolie Pitt Foundation to help those in need. But when Jolie filed for divorce in 2016, claiming irreconcilable differences, rifts started to show. Fans and the media were stunned by the breakup, and there were rumors about Jolie's worries for their kids as well as Pitt's claimed substance usage and anger management problems. The once glitzy image of Brangelina was damaged by the drawn-out divorce processes, which were full of accusations from both parties. Both have moved on despite the turbulent conclusion. Revived her friendship with Jennifer Aniston, leading to rumors of a reconciliation, while Jolie goes on with her humanitarian acting career. Their relationship's ups and downs are a clear reminder that deeper issues are frequently hidden under famous romances. Supporters can only hope that Brad and Angelina find contentment and serenity away from the limelight that once surrounded their tragic romance. Away from the spotlight, Shiloh Jolie Pitt's family relationships were profoundly altered by Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's 2016 divorce. Both parents have maintained their will to co-parent and look out for their kids' welfare in spite of the emotional turmoil. As a special envoy for the UN Refugee Agency, Angelina Jolie, who is well known for her humanitarian work and acting career, has been a vocal supporter of international causes. Jolie has dedicated her life to advocating for children's rights and helping refugees. She travels to crisis areas and supports programs for displaced persons, among other high-profile missions. The Oscar-winning actor and producer Brad Pitt has focused his efforts on disaster relief and environmental preservation. Rebuilding homes in Hurricane Katrina-affected New Orleans is the main goal of his organization, the Make It Right Foundation. Additionally, Pitt has been active in a number of environmental initiatives, such as green building techniques and sustainable housing. Their commitment to their respective goals has not been affected by the well-publicized breakup between Jolie and Pitt. While juggling their co-parenting duties, they have persisted in pursuing their individual environmental and humanitarian objectives. This dedication demonstrates their will to strike a balance between their private and professional life as well as their charitable and public pursuits, making certain that, in spite of the constant changes, their kids have stability and emotional support. Shiloh's father has a new girlfriend. Brad Pitt's relationship with Ines de Ramon has become a source of peace and rejuvenation in his life during the tumultuous court disputes with Angelina Jolie. Us Weekly has learned from sources close to Pitt that his relationship with the 31-year-old de Ramon has been a significant source of stability and happiness. An insider said that Pitt is deeply in love with de Ramon and that being with her has given his life new purpose. Her calm and conflict-averse demeanor is viewed as a pleasant diversion from the turmoil surrounding his well-publicized divorce. According to the insider, Inez wants Brad to rediscover serenity and let go of his rage. And de Ramon's romance was made public in November 2022, just after de Ramon's divorce from the Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley was finalized. After splitting up in 2022, Wesley and DeRamon finalized their divorce in March 2023. A new chapter in their lives began when it was revealed that they were together by December 2022. Wesley and DeRamon, a Swiss jewelry designer, were wed for almost 4 years. DeRamon's support and their candid, open communication have improved their relationship despite the continuous conflict with his ex-wife. Since DeRamon moved in with Pitt, his friends have observed a noticeable change in him, saying he is happier and more in love than he has been in years. Despite the turmoil of his background, their relationship appears to provide Pitt with a sense of calm and renewal, underscoring the ways in which DeRamon's presence has improved his life during a trying time. Shiloh and her father get back in touch. Shiloh Jolie Pitt took a risk when she was just 17. Before turning 18, she decided to move in with her father, Brad Pitt. According to a close family source, she wanted to live at his estate in Los Feliz in order to gain independence and spend time with him. Shiloh's strong relationship with Brad and her wish for change in the midst of the protracted custody dispute are reflected in this decision. Brad is ecstatic about her decision. But a recent development makes everything more difficult. Shiloh has not yet met Inez DeRamon, but Brad's closeness with her raises the possibility of awkwardness in their new living situation. In spite of this, Brad feels optimistic. With varying degrees of success, Shiloh has attempted to close the distance between Brad and her elder siblings, Maddox, Pax, and Zahara. Despite the chaos, she maintains a close relationship with her younger siblings, Knox and Vivian. Given their previous disputes, which included claims of violence, Angelina Jolie finds Shiloh's choice difficult to accept. Even though Jolie disapproves of Shiloh's decision, she recognizes her daughter's increasing self-reliance. It is said that Shiloh's mother is inciting the children to oppose Brad. New accusations have surfaced in the current legal struggle between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, which could exacerbate their already acrimonious custody conflict. A statement from Tony Webb has reportedly been submitted by Brad's legal team, a former employee of Angelina's who owned a security company. Pitt's team believes that Jolie's attempt to keep 2 of her bodyguards from testifying in the ongoing custody battles may have affected the children's ties with their father, according to Webb. Given that Webb was formerly a member of Jolie's inner circle but is currently employed by Pitt, his involvement in the case adds a fresh level of drama. His allegations cast doubt on how much Jolie influenced their kids and whether her behavior affected their desire to spend time with her. To make matters more complicated, Brad Pitt's sizable $300 million fortune has become a source of contention in their legal dispute. The stakes are getting higher as the couple's divorce goes on, with both parties fighting for control of their children's financial holdings as well as their futures. The tension between the former Hollywood power couple has only increased as a result of these fresh accusations and the substantial amount of money involved, making their legal battle one of the most widely followed in recent memory. Angelina Jolie's personal evolution court filings have exposed troubling claims made against Brad Pitt. One of the most startling allegations was made during a trip in 2016, when Jolie said Pitt had grabbed her by the head, aggressively shaken her, and even choked one of their kids. The public and media have been shocked by these allegations, which have revealed problematic elements of their previous relationship. Among Jolie's unsettling accusations is that Pitt doused her in alcohol. Then, perhaps more startlingly, poured beer and wine on their kids at the same time. The already intense legal and emotional dispute between the 2 Hollywood celebrities has gotten more intense as a result of these revelations. Brad Pitt has responded by considering his own development and battling the nuanced and frequently incongruous facets of his identity. As a result, the public must balance Pitt's status as a well-known actor with his involvement in this contentious court drama. Shiloh's indeterminate gender path from the beginning. Shiloh, whom her parents affectionately referred to as John, blazed her own path. She adopted a tomboy look, donning jackets, polo shirts, and baggy tracksuits instead of dainty skirts. Her parents, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, unreservedly supported her self-expression, and her distinctive dress choices made her stand out. Discussions concerning gender identification were triggered by Shiloh's choice to choose the name John at the age of 3, which was motivated by Peter Pan. According to Angelina, Shiloh's fashion sense was impacted by the suit and tracksuit craze in Montenegro. Her audacious decision to cut her hair short further went against conventional gender roles. Angelina completely accepted Shiloh's uniqueness in spite of the public scrutiny and media hysteria, refusing to back down from criticism of her parenting approach. Brad and Angelina have remained firm in their conviction that kids should be allowed to develop naturally, unhindered by social influences, despite everything. Instead of trying to fit their children into preconceived notions, they want to raise them with kindness, strength, and an open mind. Brad has underlined the significance of being a rock for his kids despite constant media attention. The Jolie Pitt family's decisions have not been without criticism, despite Angelina's continued advocacy for allowing her children choose their own courses free from her expectations. They have been charged by tabloids and internet pundits with exploiting Shiloh to garner publicity or divert their focus from their personal relationship problems. Many parents who are in similar circumstances can relate to Angelina's candid discussions about the difficulties of raising her children, particularly Shiloh. Angelina recently acknowledged in an interview that she was afraid of ignoring Shiloh in favor of Maddox, Zahara, and Pax, her other children. She acknowledged that she is more careful to make sure Shiloh's needs aren't overlooked because of the vulnerability she sees in her other children. Angelina's self-reflection demonstrates her commitment to considerate and nurturing parenting, while her vulnerability speaks to the special dynamics of her family. The public's attitude is still divided in spite of Angelina's best efforts. She is accused by some of pressuring Shiloh to make significant modifications, especially with regard to her attire. There were rumors that Shiloh might have undergone gender transition surgery and hormone therapy at the age of 13. Brad and Angelina have decided to keep quiet out of respect for Shiloh's privacy and welfare. Both praise and criticism have been directed at Angelina's parenting style. While some criticize her for letting her kids wear male clothing, others commend her for promoting individuality and variety. Angelina once stated, "The most important thing for a girl," summarizing her philosophy. Critics claim that she is misinforming her kids about gender, but Angelina doesn't mind if they express who they are. She isn't using her girls as little versions of themselves. Rather, she values the individuality of every child. Diversity is a strength for Angelina. Shiloh didn't find it odd that she wanted to dress like her brothers. It just happened to be who she was. Brad and Angelina were taken aback at first, but they soon understood that Shiloh was more than just her name or gender. They have disregarded the opinions of others and let all of their children to be themselves. Shiloh's style overpowered Zahara and Vivian's when they joined them on the red carpet. Even Vivian, who played 5-year-old Aurora in Maleficent, preferred wearing overalls to dresses. "How could you make me a princess?" she famously said. Beyond merely their attire, Angelina is dedicated to her kids' genuine self-expression. She encouraged children to pursue their hobbies rather than fitting in with society's expectations, stressing the value of fostering their minds over fashion in a 2019 column for LA. Pitt is removed from Shiloh's name. The world was stunned when Shiloh Jolie Pitt abandoned her father's last name. Her newfound independence was celebrated on May 30th, 3 days after her 18th birthday, when she filed for a name change. According to insiders, this audacious move is related to her parents' current custody dispute. According to reports, Shiloh Jolie Pitt was not given the opportunity to testify regarding the events that led to Brad and Angelina's breakup. She now attributes this choice to her father. Shiloh submitted a petition to alter her name from Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie Pitt to Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie in a Los Angeles court, according to the blast. Shiloh demonstrated her resolve to take charge of her life by hiring her own attorney and submitting the necessary documents so soon after her birthday. Although the grounds for her name change were first unknown, reports now claim that Shiloh's perception that her rights were violated and the custody dispute are the main causes. She was silenced even though she believed she should have been allowed to testify as a victim. According to an informant who spoke to the Daily Mail, Shiloh feels her voice was disregarded throughout her parents' legal disputes, which is why she changed the name. During a family vacation on a private jet, one of the major events that led to Brad and Angelina's breakup took place. According to a heavily redacted FBI report, during a furious dispute, Pitt allegedly verbally and physically assaulted Jolie, resulting in harm to all 6 children. Then children to weep. Pitt was claimed to have scrapes on his body, while Jolie reportedly suffered injuries to her elbow and back. Ultimately, for unknown reasons, no criminal charges were brought. Shiloh's choice to omit his name devastated Brad. It was more than just a name change for him. According to a source who spoke to US Weekly, it represented a more profound division that had been widening for years. Brad's connection with his children has been damaged by past incidents, according to another insider, but he is still confident that they will be able to work things out. He isn't giving up on them, but it hurts so much to watch them turn away, as shown by removing his name. Brad is keeping up a brave front in public despite the chaos, but in private he is struggling with his children's separation. The majority of his children have taken sides with their mom, with a number of them publicly removing his last name. Vivian, his youngest daughter, removed Pitt from her name in the Broadway musical The Outsiders credit in May. At a Spelman College sorority initiation ceremony in November 2023, Shiloh's older sister Zahara identified herself as Zahara Marley Jolie. According to a source discussing the strained relationship between Brad and his children, they have found it difficult to forgive and get back in touch with him since the divorce. Raising kids with love and selflessness, their mother has been the pillar of the home. They found it difficult to watch Brad argue with their mother after he departed. Shiloh Jolie Pitt's early years were filled with privilege, international exposure, and the significant impact of her parents' humanitarian work and professional accomplishments. From her Namibian birth to her upbringing with parents and siblings involved in humanitarian work in Hollywood, Shiloh has been in the spotlight, defying gender expectations and becoming a rising star in her own right. Shiloh Jolie Pitt will probably carve out her own route as she matures, shaped by the wealth of life lessons and morals her parents have taught her. In essence, Shiloh's story reflects universal themes of identity, family, and the pursuit of personal fulfillment in a society where every action is closely watched and evaluated, in addition to the dynamics of a celebrity family. Do you believe Shiloh has suffered as a result of the changed family dynamics brought forth by her parents' divorce? Tell us in the space provided for comments below. Please click the like button if you liked the video. If this is your first visit to the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button. To receive notifications when we post new information, turn on the notification bell.